Alan Eugene Jackson was born on October 17, 1958 in Newnan, Georgia, the youngest of 5 children in a working-class family. His parents, Ruth and Eugene, raised their children in a modest home that had once served as his grandfather's tool shed. It was a place filled with the sounds of hard work, metal tools, engine parts, and the steady rhythm of daily life. His father worked as a mechanic at a Ford assembly plant, while his mother ran the school cafeteria, instilling in her children the values of faith, humility, and discipline. Those early years laid the foundation for Alan's character, shaping the perspective that would later become central to his music. Discovering the power of song music first came to Alan through gospel hymns at church, where harmonies and storytelling stirred something deep inside him. As a teenager, he began listening to country legends like Hank Williams Jr. and John Anderson and realized music could capture ordinary life in a way that felt personal and relatable. At 16, his parents bought him a $50 guitar, a modest gift that marked the beginning of his journey. By 17, he was performing in a high school production, unknowingly stepping onto the path that would define his life. Chasing a dream the hard way. After high school, Alan took on a variety of jobs to support himself, but music remained his focus. He formed a band called Dixie Steel and played local clubs across Georgia, often hauling equipment, setting up stages, and performing for little or no pay. Those long nights built both his skill and resilience, and he learned that pursuing a dream meant embracing uncertainty and hard work. For Alan, music wasn't about fame. It was about purpose and the desire to tell stories that reflected real life. Love before fame. Long before stardom, Alan met Denise, the woman who would become his wife and lifelong partner. Their first meeting was awkward yet memorable, and over time their bond grew through simple dates and shared dreams. They married in 1979 in a quiet, intimate ceremony, choosing trust and companionship over extravagance. Their early marriage was grounded in patience, mutual support, and the belief that love could weather challenges yet to come. Nashville and the leap of faith. In 1985, Alan and Denise moved to Nashville, chasing the dream of a music career. Life was far from glamorous. They lived in a small apartment and counted every dollar. Alan worked in a television network mailroom while performing at night, and Denise worked as a flight attendant to help make ends meet. Those years tested their resilience, but their shared belief in the dream kept them moving forward, teaching them patience and persistence in the face of uncertainty. A chance encounter that changed everything. Fate intervened when Denise met country legend Glen Campbell during a flight. She mentioned her husband's music, and Campbell offered encouragement and a business card, suggesting Alan make a call. That simple gesture opened a door that had seemed unreachable. It led to the recording contract that would launch Alan's career, a reminder that sometimes small moments can change the course of life. Breaking through in country music. In 1989, Alan became the first artist signed to Arista Nashville, releasing his debut album, Here in the Real World, in 1990. The album resonated immediately with listeners who connected to its honest portrayal of everyday life. When Alan received his first gold record, Glen Campbell was there to celebrate with him, marking a full-circle moment of gratitude and destiny. Despite rising fame, Alan never lost sight of his roots, remaining grounded in the values instilled in him during childhood. Defending the soul of country music. Throughout the 1990s, Alan's career soared with hits like Chattahoochee, Don't Rock the Jukebox, and Gone Country. While the industry leaned toward pop influences, Alan remained true to traditional country, believing in preserving the genre's authenticity. His collaboration with George Strait on Murder on Music Row was a bold statement about honoring country music's roots. For Alan, music was more than entertainment. It was a reflection of life, culture, and honesty. A song that spoke for a nation. After the events of September 11, 2001, Alan wrote Where Were You When the World Stopped Turning? The song was simple, heartfelt, and human, expressing shared emotions without theatrics. When he performed it live, it created a moment of quiet reflection for audiences across the country. It earned awards and touched millions, demonstrating the power of music to bring people together and offer comfort during difficult times. Family as the center of everything. No matter his success, Alan's greatest inspiration always came from home. He and Denise raised 3 daughters with a focus on family, simple joys, and enduring traditions. Songs like Drive for Daddy Gene and Remember When drew directly from personal experiences, capturing memories and lessons from family life. For Alan, music was inseparable from family. It was an extension of love, shared stories, and everyday moments. Choosing forgiveness and renewal. Like any couple, Alan and Denise faced challenges along the way. The pressures of fame tested their relationship, and there were periods of distance and struggle. Yet, through reflection and commitment, they chose forgiveness and accountability, rebuilding their marriage with renewed trust and understanding. A meaningful symbol of that renewal came when Denise gifted Alan a restored 1955 Ford Thunderbird, the first car he had ever owned, representing memory, love, and shared history. Facing life's unexpected challenges. Life continued to test the family with unexpected health challenges, including Denise facing a serious illness. Alan stepped back from public life to provide support, demonstrating his commitment to family above all else. Those experiences reinforced that success, awards, and applause pale in comparison to the love and presence of family. Grief, growth, and compassion. In 2018, the family endured another hardship when Alan's eldest daughter lost her husband in a sudden accident. The loss brought profound grief, but also inspired acts of compassion and support for others, reflecting the values Alan and Denise instilled in their children: resilience, empathy, and the importance of turning hardship into meaningful action. Health and adaptation. In 2021, Alan shared that he had a hereditary neurological condition affecting balance and mobility. He addressed it with honesty, helping fans understand the physical challenges he faced while continuing to perform. Despite limitations, he adapted and remained committed to connecting with audiences, showing that true artistry is not about perfection but authenticity and perseverance. A farewell tour of gratitude. When Alan announced his farewell tour, he framed it not as a moment of sadness but as a celebration of music, memories, and shared experiences. Each performance became an opportunity to connect, to honor decades of artistry, and to give back to fans and communities that had supported him throughout his career. The tour also raised awareness and offered hope to others facing challenges, highlighting the enduring generosity of his spirit. Life beyond the spotlight. Away from the stage, Alan enjoys a quiet life on his farm, restoring cars, fishing, and spending time with family. Becoming a grandfather brought him unexpected joy and a renewed sense of peace. Though he releases music less frequently, he continues to write and reflect, maintaining a connection to the people and stories that shaped his life. A legacy rooted in honesty. Alan Jackson's legacy is measured not just in records or awards, but in the sincerity of his music and the relatability of his storytelling. He remained true to his values, spoke openly about life's ups and downs, and offered listeners music that was authentic, heartfelt, and enduring. Through love, perseverance, and humility, Alan created a body of work that resonates across generations. The man behind the music. Alan never claimed perfection, but he shared lessons of growth, accountability, and grace. His journey reminds us that real strength comes not from avoiding struggle, but from meeting it with integrity, compassion, and commitment. Those qualities made him not only a beloved artist, but a role model for living fully and honestly. When the music finally fades. Though the stage lights will eventually dim, Alan Jackson's music will continue to be part of everyday life, playing in kitchens, cars, and quiet moments. His voice and stories remain timeless because they were rooted in truth, simplicity, and a deep love for the people and places that inspired them. An enduring song. Alan Jackson doesn't just perform country music, he embodies it. Through decades of change, personal trials, and unwavering dedication to authenticity, He proved that songs grounded in honesty never lose their power. When the final note fades, what remains is a life lived with love, resilience, and a devotion to sharing truth through music, a gift that will echo for generations to come.